20 hours of studying, 4 hours of sleep. For the general public, it sounds physically impossible. But for a medical student staring down the barrel of NEET PG, it often feels like the only option. Today, we are dissecting the extreme limits of human endurance, how to study for 20 hours a day and survive on just 4 hours of sleep. Let me be absolutely clear. Right from the start, you are a doctor, you know human physiology. This is an extreme protocol during those crucial final weeks before the examination when you are trying to cover massive high-yield subjects like medicine, surgery, OBG, pediatrics and anatomy. You might push yourself into 20-hour or even 22-hour study sprint, but this cannot be sustained for a long time. We are going to break down exactly how to do it, the clinical environment you need, and the brutal neurological realities you must face. Let's get into it. Before we talk about study schedules or MCQs, we have to talk about the why. Why push your body to the brink of exhaustion? Why put in this agonizing effort? You cannot jump from a 4-hour study a day to a 20-hour grind overnight. It is a gradual approach. You might have to build your mental stamina just like building a muscle. But when that exam date is looming, your why has to be bulletproof. You are dedicating those brutal hours for your desired future and your desired branch. That is for your career. Remember, there is no free meal in this world. Everything you put in is an investment. What you sow, you will reap. If you try to do this alone in your hostel room, you will fail. The bed is too inviting and the isolation will break your focus. To hit a 20-hour target, your environment dictates your success. The 24-hour library, you need an awesome, dedicated reading room that never closes. The right company, you need to surround yourself with good friends and serious aspirants who are running the exact same race. When you look up at 3 a.m. and see your peer across you grinding through a pathology, it forces you to keep going. There should be zero bad habits. There should be zero bad habits at this level of exhaustion. Your discipline must be ironclad. Stay away from bad habits, stay away from junk food, stay away from social media doom scrolling. To keep you awake through the darkest hours of night, keep a thermos of strong tea, sip it slowly. It provides just enough caffeine to keep your synapses firing without the massive crash of energy drinks. Now, let's look at this clinically. What happens when you only sleep for 4 hours? You are going to feel it. During the day, you may experience a heavily depressed mood, severe brain fog, or feelings of being incredibly low. This is the physiological cost of sleep debt and sympathetic overdrive. As medics, we know that chronic sleep deprivation, it leads to cognitive impairment. Your brain requires REM sleep, and deep sleep for hippocampal consolidation, moving all those one-liners and complex syndromes from short-term to long-term memory. Over the long term, restricting sleep to 4 hours, it causes decreased executive function and recall, spikes in cortisol and neurological stress, compromised physical health. This is why I repeat, this is an exam time only strategy. You can push the limits of human biology for a few days when you are young and resilient. But ultimately, physical and mental fitness, it must be the core foundation of your life and career. Do not romanticize sleep deprivation as a permanent lifestyle. Studying 20 hours a day is a monumental, painful task. You will be tired, you will feel low, but you have to remain consistent. You have to be strong. Be ready for the success you want to achieve. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of missing your dream rank, it lasts for a lifetime. Put in the extreme effort, build your environment, push your limits when it truly counts. Hard work is the only true mantra for success. Stay focused, protect your health when the final bell rings, and keep grinding until you see that top rank on the screen. Thank you.